Right guys, welcome back to Motorsport and Performance. Today we've got a Sandicliffe Ford Mustang Bullitt with us. It's been built by them, it's a Steve Mcqueen edition, so it's got the 3 litre Whipple supercharger, a fully comprehensive Steeda suspension package, limited edition Steeda wheels, limited edition front bumper. It's mad, it looks great. So it's with us today because Steeda have recommended that they bring it here to get it fully checked over, a full 4-wheel alignment setup and a power run package on our dyno to see what it's running and how it's running. So it's basically the finishing touches of this build. Let's get to it. Right, so I've just got the car on the ramp. I'm just going to get it set up on the alignment system so that we can put Steeda's Steve Mcqueen Bullitt alignment specifications on it. As far as I know, it's only been done to stock, so yeah, let's get into it. So the rear of the car is now set up. I'm just sorting the front out. I'm just taking some camber out of the front to get it to Steeda's alignment specifications. I just wanted to show you guys these Steeda adjustable camber top mounts because they are the best things in sliced bread. If you watch how easy it is to change your camber on that screen there, well, I just literally have loosened the tops off. All I'm going to do is put my hand on the spring and just slide it over. Right, so I've just sorted the camber of the car. I'm going to send it up now, drop the car back down, see where the camber sits, make sure I'm happy with that because it does change a bit when you've had the car raised to align it. And then I'm going to sort the toe out so we're all sorted, good to go on dyno once it's had a good check over. So this is the Steeda bump steer kit. While we're here, I'm going to talk to you about this because if you've lowered your car and you want the best of the best out of your suspension, this is a very good modification. So what happens is when you lower your car, your steering rack end and your lateral arms, they all change in like levels. So this basically realigns that level from when you lower it because these don't change until you lower it. So it is a really good idea and it reduces bump steer, which gets worse as you lower your car. Every car has bump steer, don't worry about it, it's not a fault, but yeah, great part. So the alignment is all set up now, the suspension's all good, I've checked everything over I can see under there and it is spot on. So it's over to D now to pop it on the dyno and see how our engine's running and see what power it's making.
Right guys, we've got the Steve Mcqueen Bullitt on the dyno now. We've done a few power runs, done 3 in total, data logged all of the runs. It's made some decent power for a stage run kit, so we're up at 585 wheel horsepower, 590. So that equates to about 580 brake horsepower at the flywheel. We did actually dyno this car when it was a stock car, and I've overlaid the supercharged graph over the stock graph, so you can see the sort of difference that it's made. So you can see the thin graph here, that's the stock run, so when it was naturally aspirated, and it made just short of 400 wheel horsepower and 350-ish foot-pound of torque. So now we're up at 500 foot-pound of torque, so nearly 150 foot-pound of torque gain, and obviously up at 600 wheel horsepower, so 200 wheel horsepower extra, 150 foot-pound of torque more. So yeah, it's done its job. We are getting a little bit of time input at the top end and in the mid-range here. The guys aren't 100% sure if they put 95 or 99 octane fuel in it. So if that is on 95 octane fuel, then the results are even better. And if it's on 99, it should smooth this torque curve out a bit in the mid-range, and it'll pull a little bit more up to 7.5k rather than it going flat. So all in all, car's running well, and going to get it off dyno, and then they can set off back to the Sandicliffe Ford and then get it up for sale and enjoy it.